Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining the Irrigation Association's Increasing Exhibitor Success webinar series. Today we will be discussing Part 1, Pre-Show Integrated Marketing Communication. My name is Christine Cioni and I'm the Trade Show Manager for Hunter Industries. I've been handling Hunter's trade show program in some aspect or another for over 25 years, but it honestly took 15 years for me to finally realize that the ultimate success of the show was determined by the communication and planning efforts and not necessarily the physical setup of the booth. Today I'd like to discuss tools to help gauge the success of your show by getting prospects into your space, keeping them there longer and long enough to learn a little bit about their story, and hopefully offer some solutions they can take away with them. The main success in face-to-face marketing is learning more about your customer base to know how to reach them. What are their trigger points and what's in it for them to come talk to you? We'll discuss determining objectives and setting measurable show goals, theme and booth development, sponsorships and advertising opportunities, possible events, as well as some communication tactics you might consider for the ultimate success at your show. Setting show goals helps to determine the success of the show through a return on objectives overview and allows for recommendations to improve future shows. Oftentimes, a return on your objective is actually more telling than figuring out the return on your investment as a cost per prospect alone. Those numbers can be daunting and don't often allow you to determine better strategy and tactics for improvement without an evaluation of objectives as well. If we're already spending a pretty penny to be here and then don't successfully gather and track leads to follow up on our show afterwards, we've defeated the purpose of participating. So the first thing is to know your target audience in order to know what goals are appropriate for your show. Often, we are fishing for our prospects in a sea of attendees that aren't really interested in what we're peddling. Knowing how to reach those important to us is key. Are you looking for brand awareness, to introduce new products, gather leads, or learn about industry trends? I'm guessing it will be a combination of strategies that will allow you to set up a series of touch points throughout this process. And don't forget internal and external meetings that you can schedule while at the show. You have a captive audience or two, so what other things can you tackle while everyone is already there? Aside from hospitality events, this is a great opportunity for sales or customer training and VIP meetings. Here are some tactics to consider when trying to set measurable goals. Once you know your target audience at the show, you can best determine a reasonable amount of leads or product demos to strive for. Can you get 100 prospects into your space? How many of them might be interested in a product demo, a meeting in the field, or something after the show? It's best to keep track of them if possible, or try to pre-qualify contacts so you know who to prioritize follow-up on later. If someone came into your space, shared their story, and took a demo, they're much more qualified for follow-up than the person that stopped by for whatever tchotchke you're offering. Being able to capture that information is instrumental to successful follow-up. Epic offers lead retrieval solutions at the Irrigation Show. They have multiple packages that allow you to scan badges and follow up using your own device or renting one of theirs. If your budget doesn't allow for lead capturing features offered through the show, then maybe collecting or scanning business cards through an app on site is the best route. It may require more post-show manipulation to create a report, but you should end up with a log of prospects to follow up on after the show. And don't forget your existing customer base. Just knowing they showed up is a great reason to follow up and thank them for their business. It never hurts to ask for more of it. After all, that's why we're all here. So finding a way to track current customers and touch in with them after the show, as well as new prospects, is just as important. I would also suggest that any giveaways offered tie into your company messaging, demonstrations, or theme in order to be memorable, and don't forget to quantify what you used. For example, when introducing a lighting system with Wi-Fi access, we handed out nice pens with a flashlight and stylus on them. Anytime prospects use that stylus on a device after the show, they're reminded of what we do. If we tie that into a call to action, like come take a color challenge and get a pen, then their interaction reinforces that memory down the road, providing multiple touch points to our company along the way. You can also quantify literature distributed or meetings you may have had, as well as your giveaway items. If you're striving to be more green like many of us, you might consider a lead gathering system that allows you to collect info on your prospect via a survey, then follows up with literature or links at a later time, creating multiple touch points before you or a rep are able to touch in with them personally. All of these items can help you track and evaluate the success of your show if you don't write orders to determine final ROI. Theme development is a critical role in the communication process. It allows you to tie messaging and graphics around the theme and helps create consistent messaging throughout your campaign. Tying event, incentive, and promotions into the theme also reinforces your message and can help determine a call to action for your prospects. What do you want them to do after a meeting with you? Fill out a survey, go to a website, meet with a rep, or place an order? Remember, keep it simple. Prospects don't have a lot of time, so be clear and memorable. Once you have your main theme or message for the show, it's easier to develop your booth layout and flow. If you want prospects to take a product demo, then you'll want to make sure that it's easily accessible in your space. If you have devised any call to action or engagement techniques, then you need to make sure you've accommodated for those tasks within the space as well. Your graphics and messaging should tie in with the rest of your theme and messaging that you used for pre-show communications. Engagement opportunities help to keep prospects in your space longer, allowing you more time to pre-qualify potential customers and prioritize your follow-up efforts. Sponsorships help you get your name out in show collateral, websites, and around the show floor. If you're already well known in the industry, then maybe more qualitative sponsorships related to your company brand and tied into your corporate culture makes more sense. For example, educational sessions, networking, and special events that make sense for your company to be associated with. If you are a new player, then getting your name in more visible areas quantitatively might be the ticket. So banners on the website, navigation sponsorships, and show branding might offer more visibility around the show floor. Advertising may be another opportunity to get your brand out and about around the show floor. The show directory offers exhibitor listings, enhanced listings, and ad space, multiple opportunities for you to share your message during the show. There are also industry publications like Irrigation Today that might make sense for you to purchase ad space or pitch for editorial content around the show dates. Don't forget to tell them you'll be at the show and what booth to come see you in. There are many events happening in and around shows. Depending on your show goals, a hospitality event may be in order. It allows an opportunity for a captive audience to cater to specific customers or take advantage of hometown logistics when available. You might tie it into your show theme or have something separate planned, but it's a great opportunity to tie it into your overall company brand. Be creative. Sometimes a breakfast meeting or dinner may suffice versus throwing a big party. Make sure it aligns with your show objectives for the greatest success. I'm sure many of you are already aware of the multiple communication tools available. However, using them appropriately will help you get the word out to more prospects and customers. I like to look at the communication tools as a campaign. 3 to 4 months out might be a good time to start announcing your intentions to the field and build excitement around the show. Send save-the-date messages out through personal invitations, newsletter announcements, website postings, and general communications like invoices or statement stuffers. Email communications can be effective but also overdone and opted out of. Creating custom Outlook templates with your show theme and message for your staff to invite their personal contacts is a way to avoid some of that clutter and send more personal messages. The Irrigation Association also offers a guest pass program, which features 15 free Expo Brander passes to each exhibitor, with additional passes at only $20 each, and offers a mechanism to help you invite your contact lists. Use that service to invite prospects to your booth, and opt-outs go to Expo Brander, not to your company email. You can also purchase a pre-show attendee list from the Irrigation Association and use that as a tool for a direct marketing campaign prior to the show. Most of your marketing communication around the show will likely happen 45 to 30 days out. Direct marketing campaigns work best in a series, so using a combination of 3 or more tactics over a short period of time might allow for greater success. Along with other communication efforts discussed previously, this is a good time to start any social media campaigns, share your incentive or show offer to help create and entice attendees to your space. The week of the show, you might want to make your final effort to announce your intentions at the show with one last e-blast. Remember to share your booth number, show offer or incentive, and main message. Let your customer know what's in it for them. That's really why they're there. And don't forget sales training. Having staff that know how to engage prospects, find their hotspots, and offer solutions is invaluable. Don't assume that everyone is comfortable on the show floor. Some have strengths engaging prospects with open-ended questions, trying to learn what they can while helping to solve issues. Others might be good at getting them interested, but better handing demos off to more skilled product managers or product experts. These strategies can be determined during the planning stage. Just remember to bring your sales force into the plan prior to the show. Thanks for taking the time to review some pre-show marketing techniques with me. We hope this gives you a few ideas of how to increase engagement and participation on the show floor so you have a successful show. Please note the link to irrigation.org where you can find anything irrigation show related. And note more of this info gets posted as we get closer to the show, so check back regularly. And don't miss part 2 of increasing exhibitor success with at-show engagement techniques. Thank you. Have a great show.